Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new review. In front of us is the new Mercedes-Benz E-Class. So I'm gonna unlock the car, show you the nice lights that brighten up. Have a new design, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna walk around the car and then jump into it and drive. We're gonna summon our driving part. If you want to see in-depth detailed review during the day, you can see that on the channel, separated video. You can see the backlights, they don't have a gimmick, they just start increasing the illumination to the default, and when you lock the car they just fade out. So that's it. You can open the trunk with a key. There is one light, spacious, 540 liters of trunk space, very spacious booth. We have a backing camera. This is the AMG Line package, so is this a little more aggressive bumpers. Fake exhaust is on the back, but this is a diesel car, who cares. So this is the 220D, the 194 horsepower turbocharged diesel engine, 4-cylinder. Have a nice 19-inch alloys, summer tires. The ride is fairly comfortable. So let's jump inside. So what is inside new? We got the new AMG steering wheel. It's more like a classic Mercedes with 4 spokes or 6 spokes, I don't know. So we're gonna put the key here. This is all pretty much standard, and screens are standard. Now if you push a hand here, it lightens up. As you can see, there's like a sensor that lightens up. Seatbelt on. Just to press the on, you can see everything is gonna illuminate. Very crazy interior, just pretty dope, to be honest. Just a little overview of the infotainment is exactly the same as the previous version on both screens, and then you just have the new steering wheel. There's almost no changes inside the car. There's very little change. You have the USB-C cables, but I think that's standard in both beams. They both illuminate. In this one you have the colors and all that stuff. On the back there's of course illumination. Looks pretty dope. Starting the engine, look at this gimmick. Front LED lights, very bright. We're gonna test them in pitch black and just fast. I'm not gonna go through all the lights. You can customize here the lights. You can choose colors, like you can choose either specific color or you can choose preset colors. You have multi-ambient color animation and welcome. So the color is going to shift. I'm going to stay on the red moon. There's all sorts of colors that you want, so that's it. If you press home, it comes back to navigation, although you have here on the bottom presets. And if I push to the reverse, you can see the backing camera is very crispy. You can have this like a wider angle if you're in a tight spot, but this is standard. Of course you can get optional 360 cameras, panoramic roof. There's a lot of options in Mercedes-Benz. This car has few of them, and not all of them. Okay, pushing to drive, and let's head out. Less talking. There was a key inside. Of course I didn't play the music. I'm gonna play it later because I tend to talk too much. No fog cornering lights. That's something I would like. It's a very good turn angle for this size of the car. This is a large car. So yes, we have freshly painted road markings. So you can see on this very good Multibeam LED lights, if I'm not mistaken. They're very bright, very excellent performance. We're gonna test them in pitch black. The usual audience knows that. If you're new to the channel, hi. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's free, and then in that case click the little bell to get notifications when I upload a new video, not to miss new, exciting and cool content. So where to start? Okay, I'm gonna start with a radio, just play a song. Okay, so you can, the speakers are excellent. For the bass speakers, you can always go for the is it Burmeister or something like that, and then you get even cooler design that illuminates on the sides here. The speakers are very excellent. You can always use this little guy.
Up next is the
I'm sorry, just wanted to lower that volume because if you press it accidentally on the steering wheel, it might turn on very loud. You have a augmented reality package, so this shows you the camera of the traffic light. Now in this case I can see the traffic light, but if I was closer I wouldn't be able to see the traffic light because in Europe they're in front, not after the intersection. So that's a very cool feature. I think it should be standard in future in all cars. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna speed up a little bit. The engine is very responsive, but it's also noisy. It's a diesel, clean diesel, but it's noisy, and if you don't like noise, if you want more quiet car, go for the petrol engine. You can also get a lot higher. It's up to 300, almost 400 horsepower if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of options, especially with the true AMG performance cars. But this is pretty, good if you do a lot of commute. Diesel car is more efficient than petrol. It'll give you better fuel consumption in long run. So a little construction work here, but we're going through our classic route. There's a few lights off here. It's actually mostly on. Now the engine is, as mentioned, very responsive. Depends on the driving mode. We're in comfort at the moment, but if I put the navigation on, you have traffic light, traffic information. So if I'm just to show you in the comfort, I'm gonna later switch to the sport. So the engine very responsive. Some early reviewers mentioned that the previous generation was more nippy from the start, but I think I've tested the coupe version, but it was actually a few years back, so I really don't remember, to be honest, so I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's fast enough. This car has only 500 kilometers or something like that. So in this video, not even 500. So in this video, this is a brand new car. It hasn't went through braking period, so we're not gonna push the engine because I don't want to damage the engine. We're not gonna do 0 to 100 in this video. I'm gonna see if I can get the car in the future, maybe just to do that. But it should be 7.3 seconds. That's the official time. Now we're gonna test everything else. So again, now in this case, okay, I can see the traffic light because it's a cross bit, but I'm in the line of the traffic light. If I was up front, I wouldn't be able to see the light. Again, if you push your hand here, it's gonna illuminate. There are also gestures now in the infotainment, but I don't know them from the top of my head. So just like in BMW now, you can use like fingers and do something in front of the screen, and you can turn stuff on. There's also gestures for co-passenger, front passenger, so that's pretty excellent. Okay, stretching a little bit, let's just focus back on performance. So engine is very good. G-tronic, I think that's the new name for the automatic. I think it's okay, to be honest. It's not perfect, but there isn't a perfect automatic besides in it maybe electric cars, but it's good. Sometimes I don't know, just the diesel, as I said, is a bit noisy, but it's fast, it's smooth. You don't miss it. I mean, you don't notice it. The brakes are grippy but not too aggressive, just perfect. And auto start, stop, turn on. Now sometimes I've noticed in this car that when the car shuts off, there's like a little shake, and I can feel it on my seat. So it's something unusual that felt in other cars. The seats, I must say, the seats, when I'm talking about the interior, are very comfortable. These are the sport seats. They have this very nice middle lumbar part, actually the whole part of your back is just full of cushions, very comfortable. And they have this big bolsters, so they hold you inside the corners. Very good. I'm very impressed with the seats. They're definitely a recommendation. Back on the driving, so as mentioned, you have driving profiles. So if you go to the sport, the suspension is going to be a little stiffer. Steering wheel is going to be stiffer. It's going to give you more feedback. But also you can drive in the comfort, so it's more relaxed. And so the overview around you is excellent. I mean, look at this. You have warnings for your blind spots, but in both mirrors, I think, or just both mirrors, I think, you have physical blind spot as well. And there's no blind spot. If you need to turn around, check your corners, there's a good overview behind you. So in some sedans, it's typically not, because of the shape of the back, but this is a huge sedan and it has a very good overview on the back. So the car overview in general is excellent. Another feature I like is, it's not a feature, it's such a design change, is the front hood has this creases now, and it just gives it a little bit of muscle. It's just personal taste, but I like it, so I'm sure some people don't like it. Now at this point I am in front of the traffic light and I cannot see it from my perspective. The camera is a little bit lower, so you might see it, but I don't with my own eyes. But now I can see the traffic light on the camera, which is pretty awesome. And if I put it something here, it always illuminates. For some reason it keeps, I'm not sure how to turn it off, to be honest. I haven't found it in the menu. The navigation is excellent. You can zoom with a touchpad. You can do it also on the screen. It's very responsible. There's nothing to criticize. When I want to criticize, the only thing I could criticize, I think the engine, it's a diesel, is a little bit noisy, but it's a diesel, it's a natural thing for the diesel, so I don't think there's anything that I would like to criticize. There is one thing, maybe you don't have wireless charging in this car, but I'm sure it's pretty much an option that you can spec, but someone didn't spec it on this car. Same as the adaptive cruise control, which I wish I would have in this car that actually cost 76,000 and a half, so 76 and 500,000 euros. You can buy a real estate for that, or you can also buy a very high quality automobile like this. So suspension is very decently taking out or taking in bumps on the road. It's very comfortable. I think we're on 19-inch wheels, so it's pretty good, yeah. Okay, so I just have luck with traffic lights today. I'm gonna go to the highway now and test I'm gonna go to the sport, come to 150, which is legal in Croatia, to show the speed. I cannot do a launch, but we're gonna do like a little speed up from maybe 40-50 kilometers, so you can see the engine and its performance. Although this is just a new engine, it's probably spending more fuel. So if you were interested, like, what's the fuel consumption, well, I've driven for 15 kilometers, 90 kilometers per hour, so the consumption fell to 3.8. It was just a second ago 3.7. so if you're very light with this, I was driving in comfort, so I was in comfort, you can get a pretty good, decent fuel consumption. So if I go to home, and then if I go to, screen is very fast and responsive. So if I go to, let me see, info, now you can see here vehicle information. This is cool. When I turn the steering wheel, you can see how much degrees it's turning. You can see here information, and then 7.7. The car was idling. This is why it's so high. I was filming the car, the lights didn't want to turn on if the engine was on, so that's why I had to do it. But I think you can get decent economy from this, but at this point the car is just brand new. all the parts haven't broken in, and I was testing the car, so speeding a bit. So okay, I'm gonna put it to sport. I'm gonna be a little bit quiet just so you can hear some tire noise, cabin noise. Very good soundproof. There's not too much tire noise, not too much noise inside the cabin. It's very good soundproof. If you push the lever for the wipers, the left one towards the screen, you have to turn on the automatic long beam, so you can see it's on now. So we have a very good illumination. The front multi-beam LED lights are excellent. If I turn off the long beam, this is a short beam with very good illumination. So now let's switch to the sport. I'm gonna drop my speed here. Interesting stuff, you can see the brake light in the mirror. So this is around 100. Noise. Now all the way gas or throttle. Back to comfort. So there is a little bit more noise when we're in, you know, on higher speeds, but it's very good soundproof inside. You can see also here vehicle information and how you're turning the steering wheel. You can also turn off the screen, although I think it's more for cleaning this display, but you can have it like this. So this is pretty cool, minimalist. Now I'm a tall person, so you can see only probably the ambient light below here, but if I lower, you would see the ambient light on the top as well. So that's pretty cool. And I think the lights change. So if we're driving and let's say we turn on the speakers as well, barely hear nothing. I mean, like, you can just enjoy the ride, enjoy the music, clear sound, and just, you know, cruise on the autobahn or highway, freeway, whatever you call it in your country, whatever you have. We're very, very lucky in Croatia. Wait a minute, just a second. I don't want to miss my turn once I did that. No, this is good. This is good. We have a luxury of speed tolerance. Germany has Autobahn, but it's only some parts, not every highway. Not every, there's like other type of bonds, I think, I forgot their names. We also have a live traffic, so you can see like where's the traffic, where's the construction works, very helpful. But when you expect less. Now you can connect your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but you need to use the USB cable. So pretty sure there's an option where you don't have to use it, where you can use it wirelessly, where you can charge your phone, but it's an extra option. You know, most premium brands have that. So, but in this car, like, you really get a lot of comfort for the money. It's just high quality materials. Everything is soft on the top of the dash. There's carpeting. There's like almost not a single hard plastic material. Even the door bottoms are covered in fine, nice, smooth leather, and they have ambient lights on the door pockets where you would put a bottle or something. So very nice. we're cruising. I'm gonna show you the, let's see, the speed limiter. This is a speed limiter, so you can limit a certain speed, like this. You can see the speed, it says limit, and then you can increase it with a slider, or you can turn on the cruise control. Now I have a blind spot. Now I'm driving slow because sometimes there's a police here. So let me see here, cruise control, and then now it's set. So you can, you know, play with that, or you can just press to cancel or press the brake. You know, it's nice. The steering wheel is nice, although I personally prefer the previous generation, but I also like this and the base one. So this car is a minor refresh, but again, it's something new for those who are you know, regularly changing the cars, business cars perhaps. So you know, they can jump into something new. You can see here, just moved, there's the also 3D buildings under navigation, so it's pretty nice. So personally, I love Mercedes. I love this open wood doors. It's high quality, you know, very nice design, but Mercedes is going towards digitalization, just like most of the car brands. I still like the fact you have here physical controls. You can press here for the AC and control that, or you know, you can you know, have physical buttons here and on the bottom. So you can also press this. There's something to interact with. I like the screen that is, you can touch it, although it's a little bit far away, so you're probably going to be using these buttons. And then you have this touch features, but steering wheel, it's now touch, and you can press it. I don't know, I feel like I like more physical buttons, so this is some sort of compromise when you have touch and physical buttons. So I don't mind it. But the new S-Class, everything is touchscreen. So we're gonna see that when it arrives next year. That's gonna be interesting. Top speed for this car is 240 kilometers per hour, but we're not gonna test that because it isn't legal in Croatia. You can only drive to 150 kilometers per hour on the highway, because there's a tolerant 10% to the speed, every speed, and then on the highway there's plus 10% on the speedo. That sometimes isn't 100% correct. Some new cars are GPS correct, but some lie about few kilometers, so that's where there's a tolerance. Okay, the long beam wasn't on, I mean, at least the automatic one. So this is like the normal beam, pitch black, and then this is the long beam. Now I'm gonna push it to automatic. Ooh, did you see those segments turning on? So I'm gonna slow down a bit. They might narrow back, or perhaps no. Maybe if I speed up. Nope. So if I turn it off, this is what happens. Then if I turn it to automatic again, oh, you see that spread. So there's a car where I usually come to test this, but I'm going to take some snaps and photos because the GoPro camera isn't just good enough to show you the performance. So the cameras are not that good, but they are good for taking photos because they're processing off some options, letting more light inside. So I'm going to pull my iPhone 11 Pro and show you what you can see in person. It's more accurate. So this is the iPhone camera. So as you can see, multi-beam LED lights, very nice. You have this sharp line, so, and it's wide, so you can see good traffic. This is the long beam. Now in person I can see a lot more. I mean a little more. And then this is the long beam on automatic, so you can see just automatic. If I speed up, saw that? How it spreads out, and then if I stop, fully stop, it shuts off. When you're in this pitch black, you notice that some things that you do have, but you don't see it on the street lights. So speeding up, you can see that a light spreads out when you're on automatic beam, and then if I go to the corner, you can see that the cornering fog lights do turn on. So that's pretty cool. So once again, when I slow down, you can see that the circuits of the automatic beam shut off, although the car turned off as well. When you speed up certain speed, the beam spreads out. So this is like something like matrix lights. Mercedes-Benz calls this multi LED beam or whatever. I forgot now the name. It's just too many names that sometimes mix up in my head. But very good, excellent performance. So very satisfied with this. This is very good for safety reasons as well when you're on long journeys, that you do have good overview on the road, even in pitch black like this. It's very, very nice. Okay, so I've turned on the navigation just to show you the augmented reality. So it also registers with the traffic light is, registers red, amber, yellow, whatever you call it, and green light, and it gives you where to go. It's like these arrows. So I'm not sure if you can see them, but that's part of the augmented reality. So you don't miss your turn. It's not, you know, it's fairly easy not to miss it on the traffic light, but when you're in a roundabout, sometimes navigations can be a little bit laggy, although today they are mostly fast, and in that case you know, it shows you exactly where to exit. Let's sum it up my impressions of the E-Class. Excellent car. This is the car everyone should get. I mean, let's be honest. Excellent, high quality, spacious car, but you know, it's costs a lot, so those who can afford it, you should really enjoy it. Mercedes is obviously aiming at those who know what quality is, what spacious luxury car means. For those who want comfortable ride, who want to have excellent high quality interior, you know, those buyers. So definitely, if I had extra money, I would be considering this car because it's very generous in space, in comfort, on the road, inside the car. It's just an excellent choice for those who are looking for a premium luxury cruising machine. I would just like a little bit more options from Mercedes, but again, premium brands charge extras for a lot of options. Although Mercedes, when you look at Audi, maybe BMW, there's a lot more options. So I think you can spec up a Mercedes-Benz fairly for a good price. You don't have to get everything, but maybe some stuff that you'd like to have that are practical, make your life easier, and those things would be nice. Ending the video in the car garage. It's fairly late, so yep, everything is off inside. All the windows go all the way down. For some reason I've pressed the other window. Now if you want to, you can get the acoustic front windshield. I recommend that. And also you can get a heads-up display in this car, but I didn't get that in this car. You can hear the diesel engine. So I'm just parking here and ending the video, but I'm gonna just continue on after that. Okay, gonna park it here. So this is a big car, but it's not such a problem to park it, especially with this parking cameras, parking sensors, 360, and all this you know, technology. Although using the mirrors wouldn't be an issue. I'm actually used to that more than using cameras because my personal car doesn't have this all new fancy stuff. But actually, see, I like the mirror to dip, honestly, because feeling like I'm not really centered, to be honest. Feeling like I'm a bit off, especially, yeah, I think this is better. Yeah, when you see in the mirror that you're straight, then you know you're straight. I mean, I feel like the camera is saying I'm not, but it looks like, yeah, I am. So, thanks for watching. Again, like this video, leave a comment what do you think about new E-Class. If someone is buying, share it with your friends, or if you're Mercedes-Benz forums, share it over there. Helps me a lot. So thank you for watching. Don't forget your phone. It just happens, or your key, your not wireless key. I would say in Croatian that it's wireless, but it's actually not wireless. People laugh at that. It's keyless. I mean, you don't need a key anymore, but although you have a physical key, in the key itself, it's a remote, so whatever. Yeah, see, also happens, just the electronics are on all the time. I keep forgetting that they're turned on off. So with Teslas, it's like the car is always on, so you don't even know that it's locked or unlocked. Basically, you just sit in, it's on. So it's a little bit confusing. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay safe on the road, stay safe at home, and just waiting for the lights to fade off. So bye.